Hello viewers, if you are new to the channel, please hit the like and subscribe button and share it with your friends. Also, click on the bell icon so that you get the latest information about the videos that are uploaded. Hello students, welcome back to the new video. In this video, we are going to continue the ongoing chapter number 5, Coal and Petroleum. In today's session, we will discuss about coal, its formation, uses and the products. First of all, let us see what is coal. Coal is a hard, black, combustible mineral that consists mainly of carbon. Coal is found in deep coal mines under the surface of the earth. So what is coal? It is a hard, black substance. And by nature, it is combustible mineral. And what does it contain? It consists of mainly carbon. So what we can say about coal? Coal is a hard black combustible mineral consisting of carbon. It is found deep coal mines under the surface of the earth. So where do we find coal? In the deep coal mines. In India, coal is found mainly in Bihar, West Bengal, Orissa and Madhya Pradesh. Coal is found in abundance in our country and it is the most important source of energy. So in India, in which state we can find the coal mines? It is found in Bihar, West Bengal, Orissa and Madhya Pradesh. So in India, coal is found in abundance, that is in plenty. Therefore, it is one of the most important sources of energy. Now, let us understand how coal was formed. Coal was formed by the decomposition of large land plants and trees buried under the earth about 300 million years ago. This happened as follows. About 300 million years ago, the earth had dense forest in low-lying wetland areas. So, what we can say about the formation of coal? It is formed by the decomposition of large land plants and trees that were buried under the earth about 300 million years ago. So, it shows that the coal is formed long ago. And what does the coal contains? It contains the large land plants and trees that were buried under the earth. How long ago? Round about 300 million years ago. So, about 300 million years ago, what was the condition of the earth? The earth had dense forest in low-lying wetland areas. Due to natural processes like earthquakes, volcanoes and floods, these forests were buried under the surface of the earth. So, the dense forests that were present on the low-lying areas of the earth were destroyed and buried under the surface of the earth. What were the reason for that? The natural processes like earthquakes, volcanoes, floods, etc. So, when more and more soil deposited over them, they were compressed. So, the land forest, that is the land trees and plants that were buried under the surface of the earth were compressed due to the more and more deposition of soil above them. And as they sank deeper and deeper, the temperature also rose. That is, the temperature increased. When they buried under deeper and deeper, the temperature also were increased. Now, due to high pressure and high temperature inside the earth and in the absence of air, the wood of buried forest, plants and trees were slowly converted into coal. So, how is actually this land forest converted into coal? Due to very high pressure and temperature. There was no air at all. So, in the absence of air and at the presence of high pressure and temperature, the wood of the buried forest plants were slowly converted into coal. The slow process by which the dead plants buried deep under the earth have become coal is called carbonization. So what is this slow process of formation of coal called? It is called as carbonization. And what is the main reason for that? Because the coal contains mainly carbon. So the slow process by which the dead plants buried deep under the earth have become coal is called carbonization. Since coal was formed from the remains of plants, the coal is called as fossil fuel. We have already seen what is a fossil fuel. The fuel formed by the trapped remains of plants and animals that were trapped under the surface of the earth is known as fossil fuel. So we have seen that coal is formed from the remains of plants. Therefore, coal is also called a fossil fuel. Coal is a source of energy and is mainly carbon. When heated in air, coal burns and produces mainly carbon dioxide gas. A lot of heat energy is also produced during the burning of coal. So, why do we use coal as a source of energy? Because it contains mainly carbon, and when it is heated in air, coal burns and produces carbon dioxide gas. Along with this carbon dioxide gas, a lots of heat energy is also produced. Coal is important because it can be used as a source of heat energy as such, or it can be converted into other forms of energy such as coal gas, coke, electricity, etc. So why is coal important to us? Because it is a very good source of heat energy, because it can be used as such, or it can be converted into the other forms of energy such as coal gas, coke, electricity. The real source of heat energy of coal is the solar energy. Why do we say that so? You know that sun is the ultimate source of energy. Even the plants that is converted into coal was once using solar energy for their growth. Therefore, we can say that the energy conserved in or energy trapped in coal is also solar energy. So plants and trees which decompose to form coal grew on the earth by absorbing sunlight energy during the process of photosynthesis. Okay, so we can say that even the source of heat energy in the coal is also solar energy. Now let us discuss what are the uses of coal. Coal is used as a fuel in homes and industry. So it is a source of fuel in homes and industry. Second one, coal is used as a fuel at thermal power plants for generating electricity. You might have heard about thermal power plant where the electricity is produced. So in thermal power plant, heat is produced using coal. So we can say that coal is the fuel for producing electricity at thermal power plants. Third point, coal is used to make coal gas, which is an important industrial fuel. So, in industries, many industries need fuel. Okay, so coal is not used directly there, but it is used to make coal gas, which is used as a important industrial fuel. Next point, coal is used to make coke. Coke is also made from coal. Fifth one, earlier coal was used as a fuel to make steam to run steam engine of trains. This you must have heard. The steam engine uses coal to produce steam, which is the fuel for the steam engine. Nowadays, steam engine are not used in the trains, but it was the beginning of the locomotion by train. Number 6. Coal was also used as a source of organic chemicals. Now let us see what are the products of coal. When coal is heated strongly in closed retorts in the absence of air, a number of useful products are obtained. The various useful products obtained by processing the coal by heating in the absence of air are coal gas, coal tar and coke. So, which are the products of coal? Coal gas, coal tar and coke. How are they produced? It is produced by heating coal strongly in the closed container, and that too in the absence of air. So, the products obtained by heating the carbon in the absence of air are coal gas, coal tar and coke. Here when I use carbon, I mean to say coal. So, coal gas, coal tar and coke are the products of coal, and these products are obtained when coal is heated in the absence of air. So, the products of coal like coal gas, coal tar and coke are produced when coal is heated in the absence of air. Now, why it is necessary to heat it in the absence of air? This is because if coal is heated in the presence of air, then coal burns to produce mainly carbon dioxide and no other useful products are obtained. So, when coal is heated in the presence of air, only carbon dioxide gas will be formed. The other products will not be formed. The strong heating of coal in the absence of air is called destructive distillation of coal. So, coal is heated in the absence of air, and this process is known as destructive distillation of coal. Now, let us understand what is coal gas. Coal gas is a gaseous fuel which is obtained by the strong heating of coal in the absence of air during the process of coal to get coke. That is, coal gas is one of the product that is obtained when coal is heated very strongly in the absence of air. And the final product of this process is coke. Coal gas is mainly a mixture of methane and hydrogen with some carbon monoxide. So, what are the constituents of coal gas? It is methane, hydrogen and some carbon monoxide. And all these gases present in the coal gas can burn to produce heat, due to which coal gas is an excellent fuel. Why do we say that coal gas is an excellent fuel? Because all the constituents of this gas can burn completely to produce heat. Now, let us see what are the uses of coal gas. Coal gas is used as a fuel in industries. When coal gas burns, it also produces a good amount of light. So, in the past, coal gas has also been used for lighting purposes. Coal gas was used for street lighting for the first time in London in the year 1810. It was used for street lighting in New York around 1820. These days, however, coal gas is used as a source of heat rather than light. So, it is used as a fuel in industries, and also it when it burns, that is coal gas is burnt, it produces a good amount of light. Therefore, in the past, till then the street light were using coal gases. It was used as a street lighting for the first time in London in the year 1810, and after 10 years it was started to use in the street lighting in New York also. But nowadays these are not used for street lighting, but it is used as a source of heat rather than light. Now let us see what is coal tar. Coal tar is a thick black liquid having an unpleasant smell which is obtained by heating coal in the absence of air. So, just like coal gas, coal tar is also obtained by heating coal in the absence of air. But coal tar is a thick black liquid and it also has an unpleasant smell. Coal tar is not a single compound. It is a mixture of about 200 carbon compounds. So just like coal gas, it also is not a single compound, but it contains more about 200 carbon compounds. The useful carbon compounds present in the coal tar include benzene, toluene, naphthalene, anthracene, phenol and aniline. All these names may be new to you, but don't worry, you will learn about these compounds in the higher classes. At present, you have to understand that coal tar is a mixture of about 200 carbon compounds, all of which are useful to us in one way or other. Therefore, we can say that the naphthalene balls used to repel moths and other insects are obtained from coal tar. The various compounds present in the coal tar are separated by the process of fractional distillation. The compounds obtained from coal tar are used as starting materials for manufacturing a large number of substances used in our everyday life and industry. So, when we think about coal tar, it has got about 200 different carbon compounds in it, and each of which is useful to us. One simple example we can take the naphthalene balls. Naphthalene balls we use for repelling the moths and other insects. And what is the source of this naphthalene balls? It is also obtained from coal tar. So, how do we separate these various compounds present in the coal tar? That is done by a process called a fractional distillation. The compounds obtained from the coal tar are used as a starting material for manufacturing a large number of substances. So, the fractional distillation, during the fractional distillation we get all these different useful products at different temperatures. For example, the products of coal tar are used to make synthetic fibers, drugs, plastics, synthetic dyes, perfumes, paints, varnishes, pesticides, etc. So these are the many products that we can get from the processing of coal tar. Which are they? Synthetic fibers, drugs, plastics, synthetic dyes, perfumes, paints, varnishes, pesticides, etc. So coal tar has been traditionally used for metalling the roads. That means in the construction of road, coal tar is being used. But nowadays there is another product called bitumen. It is being used for metalling the road surfaces. So bitumen is another product that is used for metalling the road surface, that is construction of roads. Now let us understand what is coke. Coke is a tough and porous black solid substance. Coke is prepared by heating coal in the absence of air. So just like coal gas and coal tar, coke is also prepared by heating the coal in the absence of air. So coke, what is coke then? It is a tough and porous black solid substance. When coal is heated in the absence of air, the coal gas and coal tar are eliminated and coke is left behind as a black residue. So we have seen that coke is a solid substance. When coal is heated in the absence of air, then the gaseous fuel like coal gas and the liquid form coal tar are eliminated. Then what is left behind in the solid form, that is known as coke. Therefore, we can say that coal minus volatile constituent is coke. Here volatile constituents are the coal gas and coal tar, which gets evaporated. Coke is an almost pure form of carbon. It is 98% carbon. So we can say that coke is a product of coal. It is a tough porous black solid and it mainly consists of carbon, or we can say that it is 98% carbon. Now let us see what are the uses of coke. Coke is mainly used as a reducing agent in the extraction of metals. Coke is used in the manufacture of steel. It is also used as a fuel. So, what are the main uses of coke? It is used as a reducing agent. That is, in the extraction of metals from its metal ore, coke is used. It is also used in the manufacture of steel. It is also used as a fuel. Coke is a better fuel than coal because it produces more heat on burning than an equal amount of coal. That means coke gives us more heat. More heat compared to the same or equal amount of coal is burned. So we can say that coke is a better fuel than coal. Moreover, coke burns without producing any smoke, whereas coal produces a lot of smoke on burning. Coke, which is mainly carbon, that burns without producing the smoke. But we have seen that coal produces a lot of smoke on burning. Therefore, we can say that coke is a better fuel than coal. So students, I hope you have understood these topics very well. But still, if you have any doubt, you can write in the comment section. I will surely try to solve it as early as possible. Here are some review questions. Please solve it in your notebook. Thank you.